Mother's Day. It's Friday. It's 2 days before Mother's Day. But if you have a child of any age, or if you're mothering anyone in any capacity, then you're a mother. And that makes you extremely important and extremely powerful. And I am salty about the attitude toward mothers, especially when I see mothers buying into it. So what you're doing is not only important and powerful, but is potentially the most important and the most powerful job in the world. The hand that rocks the cradle truly does change the world. So I'm here to say today a lot of things about motherhood. First and foremost, watch your thinking. Examine yourself and see, am I buying into the lie that what I do is not important, that those women out there who are having these supposedly successful lives are doing something more important. They're not. They're not. At home with a child is the most powerful place to change the world that there is. And when my son Benjamin was born, I had already been through the hell on earth of being a single mom and having kids in daycare and everything that goes along with that. And I said to my husband, I can't do that. I can't go through that again. And I had a good job as far as the pay. And he said, well, we'll manage, because he knew how important my being with our child was. And we did manage, because God honors that. So I just want to encourage you that if you're thinking, we've got this big house and this big mortgage and I have to work and I have to do all these things, put that before the Lord and see what He can do for you. And go from a preference, well, I'd kind of like to be home, to a commitment, to a conviction that I'm not replaceable at home. When I quit that job that I had up until Benjamin was born, I said I could be replaced with a want ad, or on a Indeed, had that been the case in those days. But I cannot be replaced as this child's mother at home. No one could possibly ever do the job that I can do, that I am the chosen mother of this child. You are the chosen mother of your children. So what you do is important, what you do is powerful. Do not buy anything, any lie from anybody that says otherwise. And truly, I encourage you, examine your thinking. And if there's anything you're thinking or speaking that says that there's something out there that's more important or more fulfilling, that's a lie. And I just urge you to set about making it so that you are having the time of your life raising these kids. And if right now you think you can't be with them, when I was a single mom, had I known then what I know now, I would have been with them. I would have strapped them on my back and cleaned houses, whatever it took. They and I have paid the price for me not doing that, for me chasing that career thing. So just don't buy into that. The season that you're in life when you have children at home is the season to embrace. That is the mothering, the homemaking season. And I want to say something right here. I'm noticing that there are a lot of wonderful young women who get this, and they're writing books about this, and they're preaching this, and they're doing this, and they're doing an incredible job. And I mean, they are just amazing what they're doing. But they never talk about, or rarely talk about, the husband. He's kind of like, he's just kind of this extraneous thing that makes it all happen. He doesn't really get any real, it seems like, real focus and attention. So while what you're doing with the kids is hugely important and powerful and world-changing, your first order of business is to be the helper that God created you to be to your husband. And that word helper, it's not a dirty word. It's translated from the same word used in the Bible where it says, God is my helper. God is a helper. God is a sacrificer. So sacrifice is not a dirty word. Helping is not a dirty word. Thinking that you can worship on your own altar and your kids are just this thing to sort of get out of the way, however you can, is somehow struggle through these years. And then when they finally leave, a big mess with the world that they're in, if you don't absolutely do this God's way, then you can say, well, I'm done. You're never done as a mother because the job is too important. You're too needed. So happy 2 days before Mother's Day. And tomorrow, happy 1 day before Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day. And the way that you make every day a happy Mother's Day is you embrace it. And you give it to the Lord. And you rejoice no matter what. And don't look at the negative. That's just something to pray about. It's not something to focus on. You've got the goods. You really got the goods. And you've got the potential to have the most wonderful, joyous life, because a joyous life is a life of sacrifice. It's a life of giving. It's a life of loving. And as a mother, that's what you get to do, and that's who you get to be. But again, don't forget, your husband is not, chopped liver. Thanks for being with me. Happy Mother's Day.